Hello my dear friends and welcome to my channel. Don't forget to make yourself a cup of coffee or tea with snacks if you want, because today we have very interesting stories, and one of them is a story about a woman who made a scene when OP refused to develop a game for her son. Please subscribe if you haven't and I hope you'll enjoy it. I'm an optician. Past. EM. Mom, NK. Nice kid, T. Vision Tech, FD. Front desk receptionist. I'm mostly watching in the sidelines for this one, but I figured you would appreciate the story anyway. M and NK come in and check in. They were a smudge early for their appointment, 15 minutes or so, and after they checked in they sat down. NK was quietly playing something on an iPad. For those of you unfamiliar with waiting rooms, most have TVs where they play something for the patients to watch. For us, it's nature shows, so there doesn't need to be sound, just pretty fish swimming around. EM for the most part is watching the TV, totally enamored at the sharks. Soon enough, 15 minutes pass by and EM gets called. EM last name. Keeps watching TV. T and I make eye contact and I nudge towards M. T shrugs and calls her name again, then retreats. 5 minutes later, T tries again, and this time NK pokes his mom and whispers to her. M shushes the kid and continues watching TV. T retreats again and tries another 5 minutes later, this time walking up to her. Excuse me, ma'am, are you M? Yes, what do you want? We're ready for you to come back for NK's appointment. Can't you see we're busy? Come back later. Ma'am, your appointment was booked 15 minutes ago. It's not my appointment, it's my son's. It's okay, mommy, I can go myself. Nonsense, we want to watch the fishies. Ma'am, we have the same show in the waiting room. Leave us alone, I will tell you when we are ready. That's not how appointments work. I don't care. I will stay here and watch my show. T and I make eye contact again, and I shrug and go back to writing emails. T sighs and makes her way to the back of the office, probably to ask the office manager what to do. 10 minutes later, T comes out and talks with her again. Ma'am, if your son doesn't come in for his appointment, you will need to reschedule. This show is always on, and you won't miss anything. Look NK Dolphins. Ma'am IO. Wow, look at that splash. Your appointment. Wow NK, look at that. Okay. T walks out and other patients get called. Now this lady literally kept watching the 2-hour special and finally, after the credits rolled, she walks up to the desk. At this point I had gone to lunch and came back and she was still there. Okay, we're ready now. Sorry, for what? NK's appointment. Ma'am, you were checked in over 2 hours ago, your appointment is already finished. That's ridiculous, we never went back. T called you 5 times, well past your appointment time. Well, we were watching the fishes on your TV. I understand that ma'am, but your appointment was at 10 a.m, it's now noon. You will have to reschedule. That's crap, we've been here waiting. It's not my fault that you had a good show on. Ma'am, as much as we appreciate feedback on the shows we have in the waiting rooms, you missed your appointment. I might be able to squeeze you in for a 3 p.m. if you're able to come back. No, we will be seen now. Mommy, the lady told you. Be quiet, NK. The grown-ups are talking. I'm sorry ma'am, other than rescheduling you, the doctor will not be able to see you today. We were watching the show. I understand, but you missed your appointment, so we will need to reschedule you. It's not for me, it's for him. Jabbing her finger at the little boy. Then we will have to reschedule him for his eye appointment. You people are ridiculous, if you don't want people watching TV, don't have them on. I apologize for having entertainment in the waiting room, can I reschedule you for the next available appointment? EM turned bright red and threw her hands up in the air and stormed off, without her kid. The poor kid stood there for a few moments before running after his mom. I went over and congratulated FD for her unyielding patience. I'm surprised she wasn't charged for the missed appointment, but I guess you could say she did check in. I can't believe people sometimes. I mean, come on, your kid has an appointment, but guess what? Let me finish my show. Short one I had to live through this month. Me. Manifestation of entropy. G. F. My partner. CK. Cute kid my partner is looking after. BK. Which is kid. Not actually all that bad. EP. Mother who doesn't understand biology. One of my partners works as a nanny, and while visiting her, we took one of the kids she looks after to a soft play area. I'll admit, I wasn't looking too much where I was going, since cute kid was being cute by being excited for the play area, think a Chuck E. Cheese without the food. Now these places have pretty heavy doors, probably to keep any potential escapees from getting out, but once you've gotten them slightly open, they tend to swing open at speed. Someone leaving obviously didn't see me, because I turned just in time just to get a faceful of door. Hurt like a witch, and I must have caught the edge of a panel or something, since I get a big cut on my forehead. Now, any fan of pro wrestling can tell you that forehead wounds like to bleed. A lot. So I try to play off the injury, and we sent CK off to play. I'm sitting on one of the benches nearby, while GF runs off to try and find a first aid kit when the real trouble starts. Mummy. What's wrong with that man? I look up to see a little girl of about 4 tugging on her mother's hand and gesturing in my direction. The mother is too engrossed in her game of Candy Crush or whatever to actually look. Just go play, sweetie. Come on. Mummy, I think he's really hurt. EB finally looks up in my direction and sees my face is now mostly a crimson mask where I've tried and failed to stop the bleeding. She starts her approach. Excuse me? Can you do that outside? I'm sorry, what? You're disturbing the children. I'd like to point out at this point that hers is the only kid who has even noticed. Sorry, my partner has gone to try and find someone and a first aid kit. No, you need to leave. You're upsetting my daughter. The kid does look a little concerned, so I try to defuse the situation. Hey there, kiddo. Nothing to worry about. Just a silly scratch. Doesn't even hurt. Do not talk to my daughter. I didn't say you could talk to my child. I'm sorry. Thankfully, my partner comes over with a staff member and green box in hand. The guy starts mopping up the blood as I lose sight in one eye. Please. Throw this man out, he's scaring my daughter. Ma'am, he's seriously hurt. Please let me get him sorted. It's really not that bad, he's terrorizing, sick, my baby. I saw him cut himself open. He has a knife. Jesus lady. Can you just back off? We're not safe. We're not safe. She runs out of the building, dragging her daughter roughly behind her. As she leaves, there's a horrifically loud bang that we theorize was the sound of the daughter hitting the heavy door as it closed, since her mother was in a hurry. We later found out that the police had arrived later after they'd had a report of a crazy knife-wielding maniac, but we were gone before they turned up. Not exactly encouraging response time for the police, but that's another issue. Holy hell, next thing you know, mommy, I'm bleeding. I hit the door. Has medium cut on head. You're not my daughter, get out of here, freak. Please mommy, it hurts. Help police, I'm being assaulted. For context, I work at a cafe in the downtown core of the city I live in. Today I was taking advantage of a lull between customers to talk to a friend about game design, and more specifically a game I'm dreaming of developing one day. Granted, said dream though is probably a pipe dream in all honesty, given how time-consuming and expensive it is. We were talking how the game's multiplayer would be structured when this story begins. As usual, EK is entitled kid, EM entitled mom, F friend and me. EK has been hovering around, obviously within eavesdropping distance, for the last couple of minutes when he moves in and inserts himself into the conversation. Wow, that game sounds cool. Thanks, I guess. What's it called? Where can I get it? It's not even built, it's just an idea. Yeah, but what's it called? Is it on Xbox? It's not an actual game, kid. It's just an idea in my name, S-head. What? Why not? Cause I have no time or money. What? Can't you make time? And you make money here. Spend it on making that game. It's going to cost a hell of a lot more than my wage here. Liar. Excuse me? If you're gonna keep lying like that, I'm going to get my mom to pay you. Then you'll have no more excuses. Sure, go right ahead. EK runs off, and we keep talking about making the game when EM butts into the conversation without warning, stopping us by basically shoving a hand in F's face to stop him. Hi there, I'm EK's mother. He said you play a game that he wants to play, and you aren't telling him the name. We're not telling you the name because it doesn't have one yet. How can a game not have a name yet? How do you expect someone to find it on Bing? Yes, she actually said Bing. We're still laughing about it now. It's not even made yet. It's not even being made. What? You guys are talking about how to play it, though? Just because my name knows how it'll play doesn't mean it's actually made. And how does that work? How do you know all that if it's just in your head? You've never imagined how something works before. Alright, fine. How long will it take you to make this? Probably quite. Have you even started? No, I don't even have the money. What? You have a job, you know. You earn money working here, right? She sighs. Whatever. My son's going to keep hounding me about this, so how much will I have to pay you? Wait, you pay him? Yes. You want to pay me? Yes. To make this game? Yes. How much? Stop being lazy and spit it out. $500,000. $500,000 to pay for staff, development PCs, software licenses, data centers, cloud storage and servers. I'd need more to buy or rent an office. Crap. Here's what's going to happen, you're going to make this game for me, and you're not going to lie about the price. I'm paying you $80 like any other game out there and nothing more. I want to play the beta. And you're going to have a beta ready for my son next week. I won't. Excuse me, I'm paying you, so I expect you to do your job. And I expect you to have it ready by this time next week. I'm not working this day next week. Well, then you better come back here to meet me, otherwise I'm not paying you. Okay. I'm not working, so I'm not coming in. Enough. Beta, here, this time next week. Or I'm not paying you. EM and EK leave at this point. Honestly, I hope they do come back. My manager was watching in the background and she got a good laugh out of it all. Both her and I are actually kin to hoping EM and EK come back next week. If they do, we'll update you all. Update. So I got a call from my manager this morning and apparently they were back on time. This scene plays out in two parts. Yesterday, during the day, as if on cue, EK storms back into the cafe and makes a beeline for the cashier. This kid's probably no older than 10 years old, but instantly he makes a beeline for the cashier. The till is busy with someone already placing an order, but EK barges in front without even a word. B is barista employee, MGR is my manager, and F is normal father. Where's the game guy? Game guy? Him, yeah. Oh, he's not working today. But he has my game. What? He thinks my name is going to build him a game. He was talking about. At this point, NF steps in and grabs EK's wrist. Hey, be patient, alright. Wait your turn. EK sputters and protests a little bit, but NF manages to take him to the back of the line to wait their turn. By now, MGR is up and out of the office, ready to deal with the impending crapstorm. NF gets to the till and MGR flags him over. The two have a conversation, and MGR explains the whole thing. NF had come in thinking that I wasn't building a game, but that I'd promised to sell EK a game. MGR explains him, and to quote my manager, after they explained, I have never seen such an exasperated man before in my entire life. NF is apparently divorced from EM, and EM is constantly spoiling EK to an unreasonable degree. NF apologized and left with a frustrated EK, who was yelling, I want my game. Fast forwards towards 2 after closing. Everyone's gone home, cleanup's done, the lights are off, and the security cameras outside are recording. For some context, after some bad break-ins, the manager splurged on a high-end security system with audio recording included. About 2 hours after we closed, the front door camera gets motion activated. Enter EM with EK in tow. Unfortunately, because of the noise of cars going by, the audio recording isn't the best. Why are all the lights off? Where's the game guy? What? Are they closed? More unintelligible words. They can't be closed. You told game guy to be here. Liar. He tricked us. He, unintelligible. And now they're gone, yeah. You see, this is why I say bad people are everywhere. Let's go. We're not going to get anything, unintelligible. At this point, EM and EK exit the camera's field of view, and the recording stops 30 seconds after they leave. Will they be back? I have no clue at this point. This psycho really thinks she can get a full game made for $80 in 1 week. That would be one incredibly crappy game. You should just draw a game of tic-tac-toe and hand it to them. So this was this morning, and I am a bit pissed off. My ex-friend, F, not the same one as in different stories, decided to block me on all social media because of a text message stream we had in November last year. I'll try to rewrite it here. Also, we are both 14, if that clarifies anything. So I like other friend's name. How about you? I like you. Now I'm confused, and I ask her friends why she did that. They all say it's because she hates me for putting her on the spot like that. For the rest of middle school, she bullied me and got her friends too as well whenever they saw me. During quarantine, I guess she unblocked me because I got a text from her saying, "Hey, I'm sorry about what I did. Can we be friends?" I thought about this for a bit and I hate being rude to people, so I just said sure. Now her friends at Gall think we're dating. She calls me names like boo and babe, even though I have asked her not to. This was my final text message with her. "I don't understand why you are calling me this. We aren't dating." "Yes, we are. You asked me out when you accepted my friendship again. I never meant it that way, and if you think that, then I'm breaking up with you. You can't do that. I'll choose when we're over." "Alright. Bye," blocks her. A few days later or this morning, I get a knock on my door. I open it to see F bowling with her mother EM. "May I ask why you're here? How dare you break up with my daughter? We weren't even dotty." "Yes, you were, you little crap. You're such an idiot for ruining my daughter's life." At this point, I start to close the door, knowing I won't get anywhere by talking to them, when the M juts her foot out to keep the door open. She is significantly larger than me, so she easily overpowers me and manages to get into my house. "Get out of my house. I won't leave until you agree to date my daughter again." I pull out my phone and call the cops while trying to make sure M doesn't go anywhere. I was home alone, so my parents couldn't exactly help, considering they were at work. About 15 minutes later of arguing, the police arrive and start asking questions. What seems to be the problem? "He assaulted me. Actually, she broke into my house and demanded I date her daughter." "Ma'am, please step outside." "No. The little freak needs to date my baby girl." The police officer was chill the whole time and eventually got her off of my property. I still have F blocked and haven't heard from them yet. I haven't pressed charges and it seems to have mellowed out. I'll update if anything happens. Update. Haven't gotten the restraining order yet, but I have other news. On Friday I went camping with my dad and on Sunday we got back. I checked my phone and I had 7 calls from a number I didn't recognize. Spoilers, but it was F's mom. She called and left 7 voicemails begging me to not get a restraining order because F saw this post and told her mom about it. She said, "My baby girl just wanted to date you, there is no reason for you to go this far. You have no right to block my daughter out of your life. If you do, I will call the police for violence against my daughter." Obviously, I blocked the number and we are still working on the restraining order. I was waiting a couple of days to post this because I wanted to see if she actually called the police, but she hasn't. F, if you read this, hi. I still won't talk to you and I wish you find someone else to torment. I guess I could say the OP used an Uno reverse card on F. And yeah, you totally should press charges since it was basically breaking and entering, and also get a restraining order, of course. Well guys, that's it for today. If you end up enjoying this video, please consider subscribing, and if you missed the last episode on the channel, I'm gonna link it right here. The story is about a woman who dropped her phone down the elevator shaft and made up her story not to pay money. Check this out if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next video.